My girlfriend invited her ex to my apartment, and I'm absolutely furious right now. I live in a big city in my own apartment. My girlfriend Lily lives with roommates, but honestly, she spends about 80% of her time at my place. This evening, while I was at the gym with my buddy Mike, she texted me that she had an old friend she hadn't seen in ages. He's in town, and it'd be great to catch up somewhere quiet. I said they could use my apartment. I'd go grab dinner with Mike to give them space to chat. I was in the middle of a workout and rushing, so I didn't ask who exactly she was inviting. But apparently, I should've, because this old friend she decided to hang out with one-on-one in my apartment was her one and only ex-boyfriend, Kyle. About 30 minutes after that convo, I get a text from her saying they're already at my place. I just replied okay and kept training with Mike. We finished around 7 p.m. and decided to hit Wolf Foods since they have killer hot dishes and a salad bar. We ate and wrapped up dinner around 8:30 p.m. I head home, honestly thinking I'd just say hi and crash. Long day, ready to pass out. I pull up around 9 p.m., not even knowing if her friend was still there or had left. I was kinda hoping they were gone because I didn't want to deal with anyone. But fine, I'd tough it out for her. I walk in and spot these huge Timberlands, clearly men's boots, right by the door. Immediately think, fuck, her friend brought her boyfriend, now I gotta sit and chat. I kick off my shoes, hang my jacket, and head down the short hallway. I enter the living room and see my girlfriend sitting on the couch with a guy at opposite ends, but they're staring right at each other, talking. She spots me and flinches a bit. I didn't think much of it then, but looking back, it explains a lot. At that point, I'm still clueless. I say hi and walk over to the guy, glancing around for her friend, figured she was in the bathroom or something. I shake his hand and say something like, "Hey, I'm Lily's boyfriend." He replies in this smug tone, "And I'm Kyle, Lily's ex." I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I thought you were her friend's boyfriend." Awkward silence hits, and it dawns on me quick, my girlfriend's been alone in my apartment with her ex for the last couple hours. I look at her and say, "So, this is your old friend?" She mumbles quietly, "Yeah." I'm holding it together, not jumping to conclusions, but I'm exhausted and not in the mood to chat, and it's starting to piss me off that she's just chilling with her ex in my place. Silence drags, and neither of them picks up the convo they were having minutes ago. Lily asks how my day was. I mutter fine, I guess, feeling like I'm interrupting something. A minute passes, and I'm at my limit. I look at him and say, "Kyle, listen, maybe that's enough for tonight? I need to talk to Lily about some stuff." He goes, "Well, actually, she invited me, and we were just reminiscing about old times." I glance at Lily, and she can't even meet my eyes. I turn back to Kyle and say, "Alright, let me rephrase, this is my apartment, and I'm telling you to leave." He looks at her and asks, "Do you want me to go?" And at this point, I'm not proud, but I snapped. What the fuck does it matter what she wants? I don't give a shit if she wants you to stay or not, I'm telling you to get the hell out of my house. Lily tells me to calm down, turns to him, and says he needs to go. Kyle gets up, grabs his stuff from the hallway. I follow him out. He leaves. I come back, and Lily's pissed at me. Says I embarrassed her. I embarrassed her. She starts ranting that my reaction was totally over the top since she warned me he was coming and asked permission. I say, "No, Lily, you said a friend was coming." "A friend, for fuck's sake, not a word about it being a guy, let alone your ex." She insists my reaction didn't match the situation and that I acted like an asshole. I fire back, "You were alone in my apartment with your ex. Do you even get how much of a slap in the face that is to me?" Then I ask why the hell they met up. She says he's going through a rough time and needed someone to lean on, and she just wanted to support him because he's a good guy, and meeting at my place proves nothing shady's going on between them. I call bullshit. If my ex was having issues and I supported her, she'd lose it. She says, "No, I'd understand, I have empathy." I'm like, "Bullshit, Lily, you got mad when I smiled at that girl at the gym who complimented my build." She declares the talk's over and storms out. I didn't say anything, didn't chase her, didn't text, just sat on the couch trying to process what the fuck just happened. Then I called my dad, and he gave me solid advice. A couple hours ago, Lily texted, "Can we talk?" Sorry I didn't tell you it was my ex. I didn't want you to think the wrong thing. Nothing happened and nothing will. I love you. He suddenly texted me that he needed to talk to someone. I didn't think much of it. Sorry I lied to you. Well, sounds like a lame excuse, right? First didn't think much of it, then sorry I lied, so yeah, she admits she lied. I wanted to meet him at your place so you wouldn't think anything's up. Please talk to me. I love you. I haven't replied yet, but after talking to Dad, I'm leaning toward breaking up. Not because she hung out with her ex, but because of how I felt in the moment. Huge red flag that she said old friend instead of ex. I still don't get it. When I clearly got mad at her ex, she never took my side. When I was polite, not knowing who he was, I felt like a third wheel. I just felt disrespected. I'm not saying 1950s shit like women should respect men, no, but if the roles were reversed and I was chilling with my ex at her place, I'd back her if she got pissed. I'd tell my ex her smug tone wasn't cool toward my girlfriend, etc. I'm still furious, so talking now isn't smart. It's about 3 a.m. Honestly, I'm exhausted as hell. Before we continue, I'd love your takes in the comments on this situation. Do you think her behavior's okay? What I liked in this story is that the author called his dad for advice, and Dad gave his honest opinion. It's rare for a dad and son to discuss relationship stuff openly. It shows a strong bond where they can talk raw. And the author listens and values Dad's input. As for dumping her, if he didn't, maybe nothing major would have happened. She might not fully grasp the situation. Though her vibe with the ex suggests some feelings linger. Still, it could have worked out fine long term, but right now, I think he should end it. It'll be tough with her. She'll mess up again from misunderstanding, leading to endless fights. Not ideal if there's a better option. And since she's not his first girlfriend, seeking someone else makes sense. Share your thoughts, and let's go on. Update, it's around 7 p.m. now, and honestly, the last 13 hours awake have been utterly draining. I woke up to my phone exploding with notifications. I'm like, fuck, why did I dump my personal thoughts online? Scrolling comments, shocked is an understatement. Almost everyone sided with me. I kept waiting for one defending her. Nada. Most surprising, tons of women saying they'd never do this to their man, and it's straight up disrespect. Those hit hardest because they echoed my exact thoughts. Last night was an emotional storm. I couldn't believe what happened. As you know from the post, I live alone, so no one to talk to. I called the one person always there, my dad. Many DMs and comments asked for details on our talk. But first, back to the situation. I want to clarify some stuff. Rereading yesterday's post, I rushed the end and was wiped, so I skipped details. Lily stormed out after I said she was dead wrong if she thought I'd be cool with meeting her ex under the guise of he needs support. Like I said, I didn't call, text, or chase. I was raging and couldn't process it. Sat on the couch, did breathing exercises to calm down, useless. Kyle's words to her kept looping, "Do you want me to go?" I didn't emphasize it before, but fuck, that knocked me out. I was ready to lose it completely. Kept telling myself, not worth it. Not worth it. But all I wanted was to deck Kyle. No calming techniques worked. I grabbed my phone and said, "Siri, call the old man." I didn't know what I'd say, but if anyone could snap me out of it, it's Dad. I don't remember every word verbatim, but I'll recreate as close as possible. Dad picks up, "Yeah, I saw Wu just dropped 43 on them. Basketball talk." I chuckle a bit, "Not about that, Dad. I just had a massive fight with Lily. I'm furious and don't want to do something stupid." "Whoa, hold up, where are you? You okay with her?" "At home. She just left." I'm sitting here, no clue what to do. Long pause. I hear him sigh deep, all right, lay it out." I retold him everything from the post. He stayed silent the whole time. When I finished, all he asked, "So, what's Kyle look like?" Caught me off guard. Hell if I know, white guy with long curly hair or whatever. Why, Dad? Nah, height? I'm baffled. Maybe 5 feet 10 inches? Dad chuckles. Well, there's your Timberland's explanation, the male equivalent of heels. I didn't get it then, but later it clicked. He does what he always does. If I can't be mad while laughing, he makes me laugh. Genius. I busted out, you're right, Dad. He kept going, and wait? I think, maybe 150? Then back to the Kyle argument. You said Lily only told Kyle to leave after you really started boiling? Yeah. Another pause, deep sigh. Son, wouldn't be surprised if this runs deeper than it seems. For me, it says a lot that she only insisted he go when you were heating up. You're 6 feet 0 inches, 190 pounds, and some dude you don't know is disrespecting you in your house. When a woman cares about a man, last thing she wants is him in danger. She knew what'd happen if things escalated and chose to get Kyle out of the crossfire, then dumped it all on you. Honestly, son, where do you think she is right now? I went quiet. Got what he implied. I know it hurts, but promise you won't do anything dumb. She made her choice, and there's little to change that. You've spent your life proving you're one of a kind. Don't ruin it over what'll end up a speed bump. Seriously, I couldn't be prouder, son. You're 22, living solo in a big city. You've got it together. That's rare, kid. A real woman, like your mom to me, will walk into your life when you least expect it. Don't waste energy. Everything happens for a reason, son. I paused. Thanks, Dad. Needed that. He laughed. Of course, me and Mom are always here. Hung up. Back to this morning. Barely slept, total trash night. All morning, Lily bombarded me with calls and apology texts begging forgiveness. Around 11 a.m., I'm burned out from this mess. Still haven't replied since she stormed out yesterday. In my view, she made her choice. But I've got a long, tough week ahead and can't let this keep weighing me down. Grabbed a bite and hit the building's gym for a run, my therapy. I go to a private gym for weights, building for cardio. Around 1 p.m., my phone rings. Yep, Lily. Didn't want to pick up, but we've been together too. 5 years, felt I owed it. What? I say, and hear crying immediately. Sorry, Arthur, I love you to death. Please talk to me. I shouldn't have left yesterday. I panicked. You know I love you. Silence from me. Arthur, please talk to me. This isn't right. Please talk to your girlfriend. Sorry. I told you nothing happened. I'll never speak to him again. Please, begging you, let's just talk. That's when it hit what I felt for her. Not anger, sadness, or anything, just indifference as she spoke. I said, you can come over around 3. Still crying, she goes, yes. Okay. Hung up. Sat on the couch waiting for 3 p.m., scrolling comments on my last post. Heard a knock from the hall. Moments later, my girlfriend walks in. She starts smiling and crying at once, wiping tears. And again, I notice what I feel, total indifference. Like I don't give a shit anymore. And that's when it really sinks in, too. 5 years down the drain. Just like that. The woman I cared about most in the world yesterday stands before me in tears, and I feel nothing. Lily, we're done, I say. She's shocked, barely choking out through tears. What do you mean done? Done, I repeat. Arthur, no, please, forgive me. Don't end this. I love you to death, she hysterically says. And I'll be honest, guys, those words hit hard. Fuck, so hard. Couldn't hold the mask anymore. And what between us? I say. Lily, sorry, but I can't take this bullshit anymore. I don't know what impression you've got of me over our relationship, but I won't stay with a woman who thinks so low of me. You ended us the moment you invited your ex to my apartment behind my back, Lily. And that's something I'd never let slide. Words just poured out. No guy acts that smug for no reason, Lily, I ain't bullshitting. You gave him some green light to have the balls to act that way. You even backed him up in front of me. Why should I stay with someone who didn't take my side? Lily's full on crying, sorry, Arthur, I love you, sorry. Call me whatever, but I folded. Didn't have the heart to keep hammering her. She was sobbing nonstop, breaking down. I sat silent. Arthur, sorry, this won't happen again. Arthur, I love only you. I'll never talk to him again. Never, promise. Arthur, please give me one more chance, Lily said. I sat totally quiet, chest heavy like my ribs would crack. To many, she said all the right things, but for me, actions always speak louder than words. Last night, she chose with her actions. And since actions words, her apologies meant jack shit. Barely holding it together. Yeah, I loved her. Hell yeah, still do, but this is better for me. I couldn't trust her anymore, and without trust and loyalty, no relationship survives. She lost both in my eyes. As she cried, I looked at her, Lily, please, it's over. Can't be saved. She looks at me, Arthur, no, please, stop. Lily, it's over, I cut in. Do us both a favor, grab your stuff and go. Lily, it's done. Let's end it here. She said nothing, just got up and started gathering her things around the apartment. I grabbed a trash bag and helped pack. She left her keys on the table and walked out. All wrapped around 4:30 p.m. Since then, I've just been sitting, trying to wrap my head around what the fuck happened. Honestly, the breakup still feels unreal. I wasn't planning to post yesterday, but I needed to vent. And since it blew up, felt I owed an update today. It's 7:35 p.m. now. It hurts like hell. Thanks to everyone who read this monster update. And to all who commented on my last post, thanks. Needed to get it out last night. And now, on to the next story. Story 2, my boyfriend convinced me for a threesome, and I loved it, but not because of him. This happened 2 days ago, and my emotions are still all over the place. But I'll try to lay it out in order and as clearly as possible. Writing from a throwaway because my boyfriend knows my main. I'm 21, he's 22, and we've been together 3 years. He knew I was bi from the start and never said much about it until last year. Everything changed after he met my college friend Maya. Maya's bi too and super hot. She doesn't brag about her experiences but talks openly about it. Last year, during drunk games with the group, she shared she'd had a threesome. Guess that's when the idea hit my boyfriend. I was totally against it at first when he brought it up, but he wore me down, and I agreed. The second I said yes, he suggested Maya, and looking back, I realized that's what he wanted all along. We pitched it to Maya, and she said yes. We found a time that worked for everyone. Maya DM'd me a few times to check in, making sure I was cool and comfortable, saying stuff like, "This isn't really your vibe." I said it was fine, we'd talked it over with my boyfriend. When D-Day came, she unexpectedly took charge, which I don't think my boyfriend saw coming. Won't get into details, but she made sure the focus was on me and even guided my boyfriend on what to do. If he tried shifting to her, she'd gently redirect him to me, like, "Look how hot your girl is when you do that." She barely let him touch her without my "okay, you want that?" She complimented me nonstop during it, and I didn't even know I liked that. She kept checking if we were both good. Honestly, it was the best sex I've ever had with my boyfriend. After, she made sure we were comfy. Don't remember how my boyfriend and I fell asleep, but when we woke, breakfast was ready. Maya's a pro chef, so it was insanely good. She left a note saying she had work after lunch and was sorry she couldn't stay. I feel like the dynamic between me and my boyfriend shifted after this, and I know we need to talk, but I don't even know what to say. The thing is, I liked Maya way more than I've ever liked it with my boyfriend. Didn't want to dive too deep, but Maya mostly touched me and focused on me. I think my boyfriend's disappointed he wasn't the center. And I think it surprised him how much he liked being told what to do. Edit, my boyfriend beat me to it and texted we need to talk. We're meeting at Starbucks after my shift tomorrow. Might update after. Update, this whole thing drained me emotionally, and the post blew up way more than I expected. Turns out my boyfriend saw it and read the comments. When we met, he apologized, said he didn't see his pressure as manipulation since we'd talked about being more open sexually, and he thought I just needed time. He admitted he enjoyed it, but it wasn't what he imagined, and he started feeling insecure because I was so responsive to Maya. Only after did he feel inadequate as a partner. I admit I was pissed because I'd warned him all last year this is exactly how it'd go. Threesomes, especially without clear boundaries up front, always end like this. I was willing to work on it if he worked on his confidence. But he asked me to cut contact with Maya. I flat out refused. Maya's one of my few close friends in the city, and we've been tight. Even before this, I told him distance from Maya wouldn't fix his issues. We argued until he pulled the "it's me or her" speech. I just walked out. It hurts and pisses me off that it came to this. Why the fuck am I even in this situation? I know you all pointed out red flags, but he was my first serious boyfriend. 3 years is hard to just throw away. When I got home, I called Maya and spilled everything. She tried apologizing, explaining she had a bit of a crush on me at first, but it turned into just friendship over time. When my now ex and I pitched the threesome, she was excited. She apologized again, said she didn't want us to break up or for it to become more. But I assured her it wasn't her fault. She said she'd support me as a friend and give space as I need. I appreciate that a ton. For everyone hoping I'd end up with Maya, sorry, but I think I'll be single for a while to sort myself out. I like Maya as a friend and maybe more, but if I ever want something with her, it'll be when I'm 100% sure it's real, not from loneliness or fantasy. I already have a therapist and plan to work on this to set better boundaries in future relationships. Thanks again for the support. And that's it. Share your thoughts on the story in the comments and your general take on threesomes. Based on most stories like this, as I said before, they usually end in failure. Though there are positive examples or seem positive on the surface, but who knows? Thanks for watching to the end. Check out our previous videos linked here. Subscribe if you haven't for some reason. Good luck!